So it's no secret that I am a fan of documentary films. I mean, I'm not going to say they're my favorite thing in the world, but I do appreciate anytime the movie is going to make you think about things. It's going to kind of educate you and entertain you. And boy, have I got a good one to make you think about this weekend. Hey everybody, I'm McBride, the movie guy, and today let's talk about the AI doc, or how I became an Apocaloptomist.
Your fear of AI is the collapse of humanity.
Well, not the collapse, the abrupt extermination. There's a difference.
So I started making this movie because my wife is 6 months pregnant. It is now a terrible time to have a kid.
I mean, I'll just be honest. I know people who work on AI risk who don't expect their children to make it to high school.
The AI doc, or How I Became an Apocaloptomist, is the latest film from Daniel Roher. He's the man behind the Oscar-winning film Navalny. If you thought that Navalny, this story about this man going to war with Vladimir Putin, if you thought that film was scary, you ain't seen nothing yet. The AI doc explores the rapid growth of artificial intelligence, what's happening, and more importantly, how it's going to affect humanity in the very near future. It does this by talking to a lot of industry leaders to find out their thoughts about what's going to happen. Now, I realize that this is a very tech-heavy subject and it might scare off a lot of audiences. I would say don't be scared though. Roher is very good at keeping this very accessible on the technological and the knowledge-based side of things. And more importantly, he's very good at making entertaining movies. Between the cinematography and the editing style, this is a fast-paced, very informative, and very intriguing and interesting movie. It's really easy to get caught up in the storytelling of this film. Now, the film definitely starts off by forecasting the doom of humanity. We get lots of scary examples about how artificial intelligence is going to take over the world and maybe exterminate all of the humans. Roher interviews all of those tech company leads, and it's a little distressing that when he asks them, is technology going to doom us all? Well, these guys can't say that, no, we're going to be okay. A little concerning. But then we find out that Roher's wife, who is pregnant, tells him that he can't just be all doom and gloom, so he also sets off to find a rosier vision of the future, one where AI can solve climate change and maybe even cure diseases like cancer. So he's saying that there's a chance we might survive. That makes me very happy. All of which gives us a lot to think about. The AI doc doesn't make a grand pronouncement about the actual fate of humanity for good or for ill. It freely admits that the things are moving so fast that nobody really knows what the future holds, not even AI. But it does say that our relationship with technology is changing and very quickly, and that we need to be concerned about how that will affect us all. Now, honestly, the film might have been more effective if it had simply set out to scare us into action, but I appreciate that this movie is content to give us a lot of thoughts from leaders in the field and then lets us go off and ponder what's going to happen. I love movies like this. And so that being said, I give the AI doc, or How I Became an Apocaloptomist, 3 stars out of 4. So the AI doc, or How I Became an Apocaloptomist, is playing in theaters. A lot of documentaries never make it to theaters. I hope you go see it in theaters, but more importantly, I hope you see it with a bunch of your friends, because this is a movie that you'll come out of the theater, then you'll go off with your friends and you'll, on the ride home or grab some food, and you'll be talking about this one for a long time. I think you'll really enjoy the conversation post-movie almost as much as you enjoy seeing the movie itself. Anyway, I hope you do, and if you do, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this documentary and perhaps even the upcoming robot apocalypse here. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Of course, subscribe to my channel so you get all of these reviews just as soon as they drop. And check out our podcast. It's called Two Movie Guys, and every week my friend Joe Fryer and I get together and we chat about all of the week's big new movies. Just search for Two Movie Guys on Spotify or Apple or wherever you get your podcasts. Okay, that was your educational documentary, but coming up next, we have something that's maybe not quite as thought-provoking. It's the new one that's aimed straight at the kiddies. Coming up next, we'll talk about the new Super Mario Galaxy movie. We'll see you then. Bye.